Congratulations, you have been ghosted. So I recently started dating about a month ago, and I've just been ghosted. But first of all, let's talk about what ghosting actually is. So I'm completely new to the whole concept of ghosting, so I actually just had to look it up. Someone mentioned it in a meetup group that I'm running, and I looked it up. So apparently, what it is basically you're dating someone, and basically at some point in time they abruptly just completely disappear from the face of the earth. They don't respond to calls, emails, nothing. I've even heard that it can go as extreme as even if they see you in person, they'll pretend like they don't know you or they've never seen you before. I mean, complete ghosting, just vanished, never happened. Go back in time. At least that's what they would like to pretend is the truth. So with that out of the way, so what happened with me? So started dating. I've been doing Tinder, and I have videos about my Tinder experience, Bumble experience, OkCupid experience, Plenty of Fish experience. Oh my goodness, Plenty of Fish. Ugh. Anyway, so let's get back to this. So basically, found you gotta swipe. Both of us swipe each other that we like each other. So I liked her profile. She liked my profile. Her profile said 103 because basically if you don't have it uses Facebook. Tinder uses Facebook, so if you don't have your age there, somehow it has this weird, like 100 will be your age, all kind of weird stuff. So it says 100, so I don't know her age, but she can see my age. My age is there. It says 39, right? And so we start chatting back and forth. Not too long. I would say about a week or so, but the conversations weren't really that long. It was straight to the point. You know, she's not looking for anything serious. I'm not looking for anything serious. And, just I don't even remember what we talked about, but we didn't get into any heavy, wasn't really lengthy conversation. We quickly got to the point of, let's talk on the phone. So she sent me her number, and I called her. We had a great conversation. We talked for hours, like hour and a half to 2 hours or so. And the conversation went well, good sense of humor. We're both born in the same country, the same city even. So that was awesome. We connected there. And then somewhere in the conversation, she did mention for the first time the age thing. She says something like, in a lighthearted way, I'm grown, something 35-year-old, and I'm like, I'm 39. But anyway, basically she's 47, and I'm 39. So she was basically commenting about that, and I did correct her and say 39. But even with that, she was like, "But yeah, I'm still got some years on you." But whatever. So we continued talking. Conversation went well, and then she said, we should talk again tomorrow. So I said, "All right, cool." So I said about the same time. She said, "Yeah." So I called her after work as I was heading home, and she was still at work. So I said, "You want me to call you later?" She said, "Yeah, I'll be out of work about an hour or so." So I think a little bit before an hour had transpired, I knew I had a really, really busy time. Actually, that was tonight. So I'm doing a big event tomorrow, so I really got to get prepared. I shouldn't even be doing this video right now. So give it a thumbs up for me doing this video anyway, because I wanted this fresh in my mind, so I could share the story with you. But anyway, so I let her know that I was going to be a little bit busy, but that she could call me at her convenience if she wanted to hear. And I, just being silly, I said if she wanted to hear my seductive voice. Just being silly. That's how we were talking in the conversation before. Lighthearted humor. I'd said silly stuff to her before. And she said in her profile she liked someone who's, fun sense of humor, fun, whatever. And the wording that she actually used in her profile is something about she wanted to spend time. She wanted male company, conversation, and perspective, and something to that effect. But again, both of us said we're not looking for anything serious. But anyway, bottom line is, I sent her that text. She didn't respond. 45 minutes, 40 minutes go by, an hour go by, and then she sends me a text saying, "You know what? I think you're a little bit young for me, and I think you probably should look at younger girls or something like that, or younger women rather." And then that was it. So then I was like, "Really? You're gonna text me this?" Like, we just had one conversation the day before, right? And I spoke for 2 minutes earlier when she was at work, and now we're she's sending me this text. I'm like, okay. So I thought it was kind of a little bit funny. So I actually called her back right away. She just texted me, so I knew she'd be available. So I'm like, hey, I'm grown. I'm 39 years old. Like, we're not kids anymore. So it's like, get to the point, right? If there's an issue, like, let's figure out what the issue is. Not saying like, oh, we have to figure out to make this work. Or no, I'm just saying like, put your cards on the table. If I'm not for you, I'm not for you. I'm not gonna break my heart. I'm grown, right? That's the thing. When you're younger, you not have to, but there's this dance because I don't want to hurt his feelings and blah blah blah. We're grown. We should be past that. Especially her being 47. Like, hello. Anyway, so I call her. She doesn't pick up the phone. So I leave a message, and I'm just like, I got your text. I don't know exactly what the wording I said, but I was like, I kind of I don't want to say I laughed, but basically my tone of voice was my usual, good sense of humor, lighthearted. I was kind of like, give me a call. I got your text. You said something about me being younger and whatever. I don't know my exact wording. Okay, I don't remember exactly what I said. But anyway, she didn't respond to that. So then I waited, 30 minutes or so. So I sent her a text and I said, something like, could you call back or something like that. She didn't respond to that text. So that's the ghosting. She's not responding to my text. She's not picking up the phone. And that was that. That was the end of it. We never even got anywhere. I never even met her. So my biggest thing, I already saw that she was definitely not a life partner. I could see, and that was fine. That's why, I was like, I'm not looking for anything serious. And I shouldn't say that's why. I guess it is, because ultimately I am looking for something serious, but my new plan is I have a plan B. I've been going with plan A. It's all or nothing, and now I have a plan B, which is just somebody I have a great time with. We have a good vibe. We enjoy each other's company. Rather than me being either monk or dating someone who's a potential life partner. Like, that's what I've been doing before, so that means not a lot of dating at all. So I'm like, okay, that's not really working out. So let me date people that are fun and I enjoy their company until I find someone for something more serious. Just as long as we're clear what's going on, and communication is key, right? And this is exactly what she didn't do. Communication is not sending me a text, which doesn't make any sense, because she's one of the youngest women that I was talking to. I told her that I was talking to a woman who's 58, another one 53, I think a 48 or so, 45. So, the idea of me dating younger, no, I've always dated older, and I don't have a problem with dating younger. I don't care what your age is, really. For me personally, I would say 26 is minimum, in terms of when you start getting too young, it feels weird. It's like, I don't want to say feel like a child. I don't say 25-year-olds like a child, but in a way, to me, relatively speaking, it is kind of like a child to me. No offense to any 25-year-olds. So 26, 27 is the minimum in terms of, so it doesn't really feel weird to me. But beyond that, it's really about where, what's between the ears, right? So, yeah. So that's how that went. That was my my ghosting scenario. So my main thing is, okay, so I'm not, it's not a big deal. Again, she's not a life partner type of person, and I look at her as being immature, and unsure of herself, because it's like, if you wanted to date someone in a higher age group, then why? Because you can select your age group on Tinder. So either not clever enough to set her age group, or just, I don't know, just not really sure what she wants. She puts it in the lower age range. Then when she actually sees someone, she's like, I don't know about this. Like, that's a young, wishy-washy, like 20s woman in her 20s type of thing, or teens, not for someone 47 years old. So that's not the kind of woman I want to date. I don't have time for games. I'm about to be 40 years old. I would hope that I'm past the games, right? Let's put your cards on the table. I know what I want. You know what you want. Let's communicate, this, what are we doing exactly? We're doing this, we're doing that, A, B, and C. Okay, we're clear on what we're doing. Now let's do it. Things don't work out. Okay, we tried, didn't work out, fine. You want to still be friends? Okay. You want to be friends? Okay. We won't be friends. I value my time with you, but good luck on your search, and I'm gonna continue my search. That should be the beauty of being, almost 40. I'm gonna start, get used to it. I got like a couple months left. 40s and up. That should be the beauty of it. Shouldn't still have to be dealing with the wishy-washiness. And honestly, most of the women in 40s and women I've been dating have been actually much more mature. So she's got some issues going on there. I won't say too much. I've said too much already. But there is something that is of significance. Can you say that for her that happened 3 years ago? So 3 years is not a long time to perhaps get over certain things that occurred in her life. So I do factor that in, but still, it was just kind of silly. And also just the idea that she couldn't even talk on the phone. Like, we're grown adults. I understand like it could get awkward or whatever, but to me, and that's just a lack of compatibility, right? Because I need a woman who's a little bit more mature, a little bit more together. So that kind of woman would have no problem talking. Like, okay, so I really don't want to talk to this guy. I don't think he's the one, but all right, I'm gonna talk to him. If he gets awkward, I can handle it. I'm in a conversation. I'll get out of it. I'm a grown woman. I'm not gonna, it's not an issue. It's not a big deal. You know what I mean? It's not gonna bother me. I'm secure. I'm confident. Like, that's what I need from a woman. That's what I offer as a man, and I would like a woman to be on the same plane, same level with me. Clearly, she was not. So that definitely wouldn't work out. The only thing for me is that I'm at a stage in my life right now where I look at every interaction with a woman, even outside of dating, as learning, because I respect the fact that women are different from men. It's not just different genitals. I believe that women and men, we're built differently, right? We think differently. There's a lot of things going on, biologically different between a man and a woman, and I gotta respect that. So what that means is, for me not dating for such a long period of time, I need to reacclimate myself to women, especially not just women, but also women in the age group that I would be dating right now. So, because there's certain nuances to dealing with women. Like, for example, I'll talk about this in other videos. Very temperamental in the beginning. Very temperamental. Until they get to know you, you gotta be I find I have to be very, very lighthearted. Not lighthearted, but very, very, take things very, very light. Very, very light. I'm a very friendly person and I get comfortable right away, but that apparently doesn't work with women, because women get very, very, any little thing, you're blinking too many times, like, so it's like, just chill out, relax, take it easy, and let the woman get to know me, and then so on. But this video is for you women out there. Don't do the ghosting. It looks very, very immature. That is very, very immature, especially in your 40s. Do not ghost. I mean, it's funny for me to give you that advice because, actually, it is good. Because I was gonna say, you're ghosting because you're not interested in the guy. So what does it matter what he thinks about you? Because I'm saying to you that you look very immature to someone like me if you do that to me. But if you're not into me, then why do you care what I think? But here's the thing: maybe you should be into me. Because hey, here I am, a guy who is honest, loyal, great sense of humor. Not just me saying that, women saying that, people who know me saying that. Very. I'm sensitive to women's feelings, and I can read body language and things like that. Like, some men tend to be oblivious. So a lot of the things that women say they're looking for, I am that. I mean what I say what I mean. I can communicate my feelings effectively. And she just threw all of that away. I mean, I know it wouldn't have worked for me personally. So even though, maybe these things would have been great for her, for me personally, the person she is, and it's not my assumption, by her behavior. See, she may have jumped to conclusions, and I don't know what rubbed her the wrong way, but the way she played it out, that's not for me. But the bottom line is, she turned away something that could have been potentially great for her, a great candidate for her. Like, if she was the one for me, then this could have been a great thing, and she turned that away off of I don't even know what. Right? So I can actually give you the advice to not be that way. Don't do the ghosting thing, especially, and don't be so temperamental in the beginning. People are very different. There's a lot of facets to our personalities, right? So if you don't know the guy yet, you got to be very sensitive to, maybe you don't understand his humor yet. Just relax. Take it easy. There's just no rush. I mean, I'm not saying to spend a lot of time on someone, but I mean, a guy you've never even met, that you've had great conversation with, that's too quick to be running away off of something trivial. I mean, if it's something serious, like he calls you a bitch or something like that, that's a little bit different. But unless it's something like that, I would say take it easy. Take it easy, relax. I would say this is my recommendation to you. So, sorry about that, sinuses. So, I would say my recommendation to you is, oh man, at least a couple weeks. At least a couple weeks of dating. If you're worried about wasting time on someone, it's not your boyfriend. You don't need to stop dating. You can continue dating. I know some women, they can't do that. They just feel like they need to date one person at a time. But you can continue dating. So you don't have to waste time on one person. Continue dating them. Take mental notes. That's what I do with women. Take mental notes, seems a little needy. Let's pay attention to that. But for now, let's have fun, enjoy the company of this guy. He's attractive, clearly, while you're talking to him, and apparently you're having a good time because you went out with him. Continue doing so. Give it a couple weeks. Keep your mental notes. Just don't be such in a hurry, because as you know, it is very hard to find the right person for you. Same thing for men, same thing for women. So you cannot risk turning away a great catch. You cannot risk that. Because in the end, you end up maybe never finding that great catch. Not that particular one, but just in general, you never find the person you're looking for. And I know women right now, they're in their late 40s, late 50s, and never found the right person. You don't want to end up being that person, right? And I don't want to end up being that person as a guy. That's why I'm changing my strategy. And one of the things I'm changing, a core thing I'm changing, is I'm going to be a lot more aggressive in terms of dating a lot more women. I need to increase my dating frequency really, really high, because I have a very, very unique personality, and trying to mesh personalities together, regardless of how unique you are, is complex, because we are complex. A lot of different things, sense of humor, morality, all these different things. So then you take someone like me who's particularly unique. So it's gonna be very difficult to find someone who is compatible enough. No one's perfect, but compatible enough. So that means that since I'm looking for a small percentage of the population, I've got to go through a lot of women to get to that. It's just logically, this whole magic Disney thing of when you're not looking, it's when you're not looking, they come to you. Nonsense. You got to put in the effort. You can't really, if it's important to you to find someone, you cannot rely on luck. You cannot just sit there and hope they're gonna walk into your life, right? You've got to actively go out there. So someone like me, I need to date a lot. Casual, we're just hanging out, whatever, seeing where things goes. But I need high frequency. But bottom line is, you cannot afford to be so temperamental in the beginning. Take it easy. Take your time. Get to know the person. At least spend 2 weeks. You can crunch that time down even more if you do phone conversations, because it's more difficult to schedule like dates. So try to talk on the phone as much as possible. Have much conversations as possible, but take it easy. I mean, you should not be running away first, second date, or first, second call unless it's something major. Anyway, I should be in bed. I have a huge event tomorrow, and I have some really, really big goals that I want to accomplish. So I need my full sleep. I got so much Ensure, and I got my bananas and my protein bars and everything. It's gonna be like a marathon. So I should have been in bed already. I gotta get water too. Anyway, thank you for watching, and good luck on your dating journeys. And just take it easy, and don't do the ghosting. If you change your mind or whatever, just tell the guy. I know some guys will get weird or whatever, but you know what? It's time to grow up. Especially if you're above 20s, you're 30 and up. It's time for you to grow up. So if you feel uncomfortable, you're not sure how to handle it, you know how you're going to figure it out? Through practice, right? So get your practice in now, right? Get your practice in now with dealing with these potential awkward phone calls, right? Know how to call and take control and hey, you asked me to call you, I called you back, I explained to you what the deal is, so really I don't think there's really anything else for us to talk about. I value the time, I think you're a cool guy and everything, but I really have to go. right? It should not be a big deal. I mean, if the guy's a real weirdo and like he doesn't want to stop and he's like whatever, I mean, at some point in time, I mean, it's okay to hang up. I mean, if you tell the guy like I really don't want to continue talking to you, I mean, these are things a grown woman should be able to handle. Just like a grown man myself, I can handle these things. Yeah, it may feel a little bit uncomfortable, but that's life, right? That's life. And I think you owe the courtesy to the guy to do that. But do whatever works for you, but just keep in mind that when you do these kinds of things, the other thing you're doing is you're not helping to educate the guys. Because maybe the guy did something, maybe he could learn from it. Maybe he was too aggressive, maybe he was too pushy, and then you, by just ghosting, he doesn't learn from his mistakes, right? And then women will be saying, you know, why are guys the way they are? Guys are so dumb or whatever. Well, if you don't teach us, you don't let us know what works, then who is to blame but yourselves, right? Same thing goes for guys that don't communicate effectively with women. They complain about women are weird or whatever, but then they don't communicate to the women and say, hey, these are my feelings, this is what's bothering me, whatever. Like, communication is key. Whether you're a guy, whether you're a woman, whatever your sexual orientation is, doesn't matter. Communication is key. Communicate your goals, your needs, your desires very, very clearly. Be very clear about things. All right, I gotta go. This video is way too long. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and definitely subscribe for more videos like this. I'm going to be talking about my Tinder date, Bumble dates, OkCupid. Sorry about knocking the microphone, but good that I remember because I have to take this microphone for my shoot tomorrow. All right. Good luck.